Over 80% of university students and working adults say they feel that eating home-packed lunches is healthier than eating food cooked outside. But more than half of them have their lunches at hawker centres, food courts and coffee shops 4 to 7 times per week. That's according to a survey of over 400 tertiary students and working adults by the Lunchbox Movement, a student-led campaign that aims to encourage those aged between 19 and 35 to eat more healthily and save money by having home-packed lunches at least twice a week. Here to share their thoughts on cultivating a healthy lifestyle from young are Amanda Chong from the Lunchbox Movement and Dr. Mary Chong, Assistant Professor from Saw Swee Hock School of Public Health. Thanks for coming on our show, ladies. Great to have you with us.
Hi. Hi there.
So Amanda, let's start with you. Let's talk about this Lunchbox movement. What inspired you and your friends to get started on this campaign? And we know that there's a target group, so 19 to 35. Why specifically that group?
So the Lunchbox Movement is actually our final year project. We had to come up with a topic, so we were looking at what was going on around us, and we saw like there's this trend that is picking up that people are packing their lunches to work or to school. And also we felt that we personally had the experience before, especially when we were on our internships and also when we were on exchange. We felt that packing our own lunch gave us more control of what we can put inside for lunch, and it's also healthier and helped us save some costs along the way also. For 19 to 35, because when we were doing our research for the final year project, we found that 30% of Singaporeans are actually diagnosed with diabetes are actually Singaporeans who are under 40 years old. Right. Yeah, that is why also, and we did some focus groups. We saw that these are the university students and the young working adults are the group of people who have similar lifestyles, so we chose this target group.
Right, yeah. So I imagine there would be some lifestyle changes that you would have to go through in order to pack lunch or meals essentially from home. I, for one, find it a little bit more troublesome, you know, because you have to cook and then you have to pack it and then you have to wash your own dishes and your own plates and all that. So how do you convince people to get on this movement?
We convince them by telling them the benefits. Firstly, it's healthier because you can control your portions. You can control how much oil and how much salt you can have in your home-packed lunches. And also you can save money along the way, which I think is like the main motivation for many university students. Yeah, that is why we, for lifestyle changes, definitely time has to be put in to prepare. However, I think that it's really worth it if you put in this time leading up as you grow older to take care of your health.
And at the very least, it enables you to prepare the things that you want to eat just the way you like it. Dr. Chong, let's come to you. So from a nutritionist point of view, why is it important to cultivate healthy eating habits? I know you specialize particularly in the young.
Yes.
Is that the best place to start?
Well, so in this case, the Lunchbox Movement focuses on the young people, which is great because we believe that by the time you wait till adulthood, where your eating habits are all well entrenched and very hard to change, very challenging to modify, in fact, starting at a younger age is actually a very opportune time to actually start establishing healthy eating habits. So actually beyond young people, we actually even look to early childhood, even childhood and young age, because this is actually what we call the sensitive period of time, when actually developmental influences, whether it's behavior influences or biological, they all have very long-term, profound consequences, actually on things like food preferences and appetite regulation, body weight. In fact, actually taste preferences are known to start from childhood. So we know that when young children are exposed to high sugary, high salty food from young, they tend to want to take higher sugary foods, higher salty foods in adulthood, and this is difficult to change. So if you can change from young, and even in the young adults, this is great to start from.
What do you think would be the best strategy, though? Because there is a link between kids, essentially, who don't quite like the green stuff, who don't like healthy food, and tend to go towards the fried food and the ones that are high in sugar. How do you then cultivate that habit when they're kids, you know? And also, how do you convince them that, hey, you know what, this prevents certain types of diseases as you grow older?
Yes. So that's where the parents and caregivers come in, and caregivers will include things like grandparents and even the helpers. They all play very important roles in actually establishing healthy eating habits, actually into normal eating behavior. And what do I mean by this? So for example, if a child grows up with a soft drink at every meal, and he's very used to that, so to them that's a normal behavior. And asking that child to actually switch to plain water, that would be very strange very difficult. Conversely, if a child is exposed to having or typically being given fruits after a meal as dessert, then to them that's normal behavior. And encouraging and because that's normal behavior, it's not an extra effort to, let's say, oh, eat healthily, because that's really part of routine. So the environment is very important. It's where the parents come in as well. And obviously parents must be role models, because children imitate what parents do. There's no point convincing the child to say, oh, do a certain behavior, eat a certain food, while the parents do otherwise. That kind of behavior wouldn't last very long. So I think the parental kind of influence is very, very important.
So that means for all you parents out there, if you want to have your junk food, probably do it away from the eyes of the children, maybe in the bedroom. I don't know. But thanks very much, ladies, for coming in and sharing those perspectives with us. Appreciate having you here. Great speaking to you. We've been speaking there with Amanda Chong from the Lunchbox Movement and Dr. Mary Chong. She's Assistant Professor from the Saw Swee Hock School of Public Health. And that takes us to the end of Singapore Tonight this week. Thank you so much for watching. Do come find us on Facebook and Twitter as well. So we'll see you there. Good night.